Good morning, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. You are watching me make a bit of a mess of backing in this lowboy to go ahead and collect some cargo today. Now, off the video, it's been a frustrating time trying to get the right cargo I want to do, the right trip. I originally wanted to use a double lowboy, but there's so few places that let you spawn a double lowboy or make it so you can actually get the dang thing in the location. And I just gave up trying. There's only so many times that you can cope with being unable to collect a cargo before you lose patience and chop it down to a single. What we have here is a lowboy trailer with a mod that allows you to double the weight. Let's actually shut the engine off. It allows you to double the weight of the cargo, and you can have up to 3 with a separate mod, which is double, triple lowboys. They are linked in the description below. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find anything that I could carry and could fit in and get them loaded up after quite some real-world time doing this. So we have today, sadly, let's get it on the back, not as exciting as I hoped. This is merely a heavy bulldozer. Now I say merely, it's still 89,000 pounds of heavy bulldozer, but I was hoping for maybe twice that weight.
Ready to roll.
Now, of course, let's get the engine started. Let's get my secondary lights on. I think we're going to use the strobe lights today. They are actually on. You can't really tell them that they're on. But let's see if we can tell from the back. Angle this down a little bit, can we see? Well, there you go. Yeah, so the strobes are on. Fantastic. Right. So go ahead and get the thing configured. We're using an 18-speed transmission today with a 325 final drive. This is from the real Eaton Fuller mod. And we are using a 2024 specification DD16. And this is a new engine. It's not yet, as I record this video, it's not yet in the engine pack, the Steel Productions engine pack, but it's going to be going in. This is one of the later tests. I was prompted for this. There's a comment in the Steam Workshop for the Steel Productions engine pack on American Truck Simulator, and I realized, oh, I haven't actually finished off my DD16 engine definitions. So I've got a 2010, a 2017, and now a 2024 set of engines to play around with. Power here ranges from a 475 2010 spec to several 600 specification engines. And what's interesting about these is for 2024 you can have your 600 horsepower DD16 with either 1850 foot-pound of torque or 2050 foot-pound of torque. There are other engines throughout the years that have done this. Cummins have done it quite a bit with various engines too. I'm about to go over the curb. I could have avoided that. Okay. And similar to Cummins, or speaking of Cummins and thinking of the X15 in particular here, we've got a 560 horsepower version that has 2050 foot-pounds of torque. And that's what's under the hood of today's Western Star. And that's the reason why we're using an 18-speed, because I don't believe, I'm not sure, if the Detroit Diesel DD16 is spec'd for 2050 foot-pounds of torque. And it was just easier just to assume it wasn't.
Turn left.
We'll go with an 18-speed. They are equipped to handle the extra torque.
Turn left.
Let's play around with a bit of engine brake here. Yeah, that shows that it's going to downshift. Now I am using this in automated mode, and before you cry foul, yes, I get it. It's a manual transmission. It's meant to be used with a stick. Well, guess what's missing from my computer setup, and that is a transmission stick and a steering wheel and foot pedals. So it doesn't matter so much. I built my engines to have a good experience in automated mode, and that's what we're going to be playing around with today. And I have to say, so far, this does appear to be nailing it. Let's go ahead and get my cruise on. Now the nice thing about cruise control is it removes, let's get off the side, David. It removes some of the, or removes the adaptive shift features that SCS have put into the game. What that means is, if the definition file says you can run in this gear at this engine speed, that's what the game does. So it's shifting up to go for the minimum speed that it thinks it can cope with. That actually makes it useful when you're trying to tune engines. Can hinder performance on the road just a little bit, because there are times when if you don't use cruise control and you're using an automated box, but you're using your feet or your controller or whatever it is that you're using, you may be in a circumstance where it's beneficial to let the engine rev out just a little bit more in the current gear. That doesn't work if you use cruise control. So, okay. Something to be aware of. Let's knock the cruise down to 55. Looks like we're overhauling this, I don't know what it is in front of me. Get off the side, David. There we go. Okay. I'm still doing 60 because I guess we're going down a hill. Let's get my cruise on at 60. Right. That has been really fuss-free so far. And I wanted to do some heavy hauling because it can test some of the hill performance, some of the shifting performance. So with an engine like this, with so much torque, you can overcome a lot of limits of lower torque engines by, you change it up and you've got enough muscle just to make it happen. So you need a heavier cargo to help. Engine brake and the downshift's working great. Okay. I'm going to punch the throttle wide open. Yep, it's downshifted. And let's see how well it climbs this hill. Now, without using cruise, it should hold onto the revs just a little bit longer, which it's doing. Great. Peak power is produced at, I believe, 1800 revs for this particular engine definition. And that's what it's doing, yeah. Oh, interesting. It actually shifted 3 gears there. It interim shifted to 5 low, and it's like, oh, we've actually crested the hill, let's just go 6 low. Okay. I mean, that's kind of what you want the transmission to do, and it was fairly quick when it did it. Right, cruise set at 65. We may get up to 75, but this is a shorted run. I don't think we will. I should just check my time. I don't think it's an urgent delivery. No, we're an hour away driving. We're 53 miles and we've got 4 hours to run the trip, so not a deal here. Plenty of time to make it happen. And let's have some wheel cam action, because who doesn't want a bit of wheel cam? And I'll cut to a drive-by. Let's see how well the cameras work today. Okay. That was pretty good. I've had some kind of terrible camera angles when trying to record a video, and I just ended up scrubbing it because it's like, come on, I don't want to see inside the truck, just do a drive-by. Yeah, I think that this is this definition feels ready. I've done quite a bit of work to the DD16, did some work for a Z-Mods DD13, DD15, DD16, and this particular torque curve, I'd say, represents potentially, I mean, we didn't do 2024 versions for Z, but this represents a, I would say an evolution. I don't know what to call it, an evolution. This is a roundabout. Well, that's perfect. Carrying a bit too much speed, but thankfully the roundabout was quiet. Okay, let's get off the engine brake there. Now, how nice of them to give me like a numpty lane on the inside there. That's actually really appreciated. It's one of these double roundabouts. I have not come across one of these in the States for real. Just in the game, but they're all over the place in the UK.
Keep right.
Alright, so we'll watch for traffic emerging, but don't see anything, so we'll drift across. I'm squeezing the accelerator pedal just a little harder, and it's doing fine. I can dispense with my indicator like so. And the limit's going to be 45, but we're just doing 30. I really need to say that this package is making light work of what is a challenging cargo for a lot of trucks. And I wouldn't have expected anything less from the DD16. It's a good engine. It's an inline 6. It's 15.6 litre capacity. Scania and Mack had V8s of the same size, and I've encouraged it to just shift up to 8 low, and it's done it. Now, what's our distance from? Still 26 miles out, so we'll go ahead and get it up to 50. Let's merge here. Wonder if we can use 8 high. Oh, doesn't matter. The limit's gone up to 65. I was wondering if we could use 8 high at 50 miles an hour, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. Get off the side, David. Okay. So, yeah, this engine's going to be coming soon. I don't know the exact date when it's going to be released, but look at that. Yeah, it's happy to do 52 in top, but I'm supposing it's going to be in October 2024. Now, I still have 3 weeks left, so that's not the most ambitious target I've ever had in the world. But I do have some other work to do on the Stupid Ocean's engine pack, getting it ready for Euro Truck Simulator 2, or rather refining it. Because when you release a mod, I mean, you can test as much as you think you can possibly think of, and there's always somewhere that you really needed to work on, and you'll only find out when you get feedback. So I like the feedback.
Keep right.
It's me trying to downshift and help it. And engine brake seems a little weak, but I do have a lot of weight behind me. Quite a lot of foot brake being used, but it did it just fine. Oh, I know where we are. I like this particular site. It's more interesting than some of the other ones I've been to, and it's causing me to work the truck hard. There we go. I'm actually going to lift off the power eye. It looks like we're going to stop up here and just check in. I hope we don't get a too difficult drop off.
Finally, we are here.
I guess we'll go over here. These three seem to be discussing which has got the fastest bulldozer. Or he's regaling them with the story of how he put it on 2 wheels while hauling a Dodge pickup truck out of a ditch. Yeah, maybe. What's that green light on my instruments there? Oh, my lights are on, okay. That's cool. Lane alert. Yeah, I could play around with some of the keyboard shortcuts and set up things like my lane alert and so on and so forth and see if it makes a difference. Was it turn on? Yeah, so headlights is fine, turn them off. Yeah, well, we know that they work. Main beam is driving lights, turns them on there, okay. That's not the handiest of lights, of switches, if you need lane beam or not, but main beam or not, but okay. Alright, enough playing around, let's see where they want it. Where do you need it? Okay, well, we'll go ahead and do that, because I mean, how hard can that be? Quite a challenge, but I think I know what I'm going to do. I need to turn around, and if I could turn left here, that would help it. Okay, let's go ahead and try that. Go ahead and turn around here. I think we're going to be clear. Yep, we are. Right, I'm going to jump in. Don't know what the sight speed limit is, so we'll use those and we'll put our headlights on. So if someone does run into us, we had our beacon on, our 4 ways, and our headlights on. short of honking the air horns every few seconds, I don't know how else we could make this a little easier. I'm going to swing it wide to the left, like so. Straighten it up. Pointing towards the Namik sign. In fact, we're going to steer left a little bit. I'm going to swing it round to the right. So what I want to do is try and get parallel to this this white trailer here. Or parallel-ish. Got a bit of space here to use, you see. Like so. Okay. Switch to my external view now and see if I've managed to do this correctly. Which is a big if. Okay, that's close enough. So now what we can hopefully do is just kind of back it's a little tight on my right, left of the screen, but in theory we can straighten it up and slide it neatly into the slot. And yes, Zach, that is exactly what she said. She was a driving instructor though, so you know, truck driving instructor, so she knew what she was talking about. Okay. So this looks like I'm very well coordinated. I'm not, because look, I'm just about to sort of miss. We'll try and recover this without shunting forward. But I think I'm going to have to, because look, there's a barrel there and there's the side. That flag may have just got dented. Let's go ahead and just shift it forward a little bit. A pretty good turning circle on this truck, which is nice. Stop here. Again, we're going to just try and do a bit of steer to the right. Line things up just about how I want them. There we go. And then this slot's a little narrower than I'd like. Okay, straighten it up now. So I'm trying to point the back of the trailer towards the back of the slot. Whoops. Oh, come on, I steered too much. There we go. And now it really needs to sort of straighten. I think it's gonna, yeah, it has. It's qualified as being good enough. But I do think I could do better. I think this might, yeah, that makes me feel better. Straighten up the wheels. Okay, the truck itself is not straight, but it's good enough. So, all right, turn that off. Turn those off. Turn off the beacons. Turn off the engine. Okay. Mileage-wise, I'm going to guess we're doing somewhere less than 5. It's a short trip. It's a fairly heavy cargo. I wasn't feeling the weight that much, which pretty much tells me I was working it fairly hard. Let's see, 27.6 gallons and 108 miles. Yeah, that's about 4 to the gallon. It's a little bit less than 4. All right, so a little disappointing on that regard, but this was a 90,000 pound or 89,000 pound cargo, so expected. Right, well, that just about does it for today's video. I hope that you got something from this and that you enjoyed it. And if you have, you know what to do. If you thought it sucked, go ahead and leave a comment and a dislike. The engagement helps, but also just let me know why you thought it sucked. Helps me to improve my content or decide that I don't want to make content for a viewer such as yourself. Have a great day, everyone. I'll maybe catch you in the next one. Goodbye.